All right, everybody. Good evening to you. Thank you so much for joining us on this wonderful Friday night. The date here is April 28th. It's 8 o'clock right on the dot. We're getting you ready for everything you need to know as your weekend wraps up here. I'm Savannah Louie at the Atlanta News First Alert Desk. And we're going to actually start right off the top here with some breaking news. This is just into our newsroom. We're being told that Gwinnett County Police are currently at the scene of a homicide. This is taking place in Lilburn, and that address where this issue is at is 1300 Indian Trail, Lilburn Road. Now we're told that several units, are looking for a suspect who fled the scene. Right now we're working to gather all the latest information. We do have a crew heading there right now. Our Asia Wilson is going there. She's en route. She's going to bring us a live report at 9 o'clock on Peachtree TV and 11 o'clock on Atlanta News First on WANF. Hopefully you guys can join us for that. If not, we're going to have the very latest update for you available online as it comes in at atlantanewsfirst.com, along with the Atlanta News First Alert, Atlanta News First app. All right, now that we've got that breaking news out of the way, I do want to get to 5 other major stories that are happening right here, right now in the metro Atlanta area, including one that actually has some national impacts here. But we'll get to that in for a moment. First, I want to take you downtown to where there is quite some excitement going on here. Let me see if I can pull up the right graphic. Here we go. And let's take a beautiful look here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. You can see that on the right-hand side of your screen. And what you can't see in this live picture is that there are tens of thousands of people heading downtown right now. Hopefully, you're not one of them. But there is a huge night tonight for music lovers in the Atlanta area. We'll show you now. Here are some scenes from earlier today. This is what we're calling entertainment overload as Taylor Swift, Janet Jackson, and Atlanta's own Ludacris are all performing tonight. Now you can see some of these Taylor Swift fans. They have been out for hours waiting to see Taylor. This is night 1 of 3 of Taylor's big shows. Right now, fans of Janet Jackson and Ludacris are just across the street over at State Farm Arena. We spoke to some fans of both, or I guess all 3 artists today, and here's what they had to say.
I love that you can find yourself in her music and it's relatable to everyone, even though they're her personal experiences.
You know, I visit very often to just come watch the Falcons play and everything, but I think it's a lovely city to host Taylor and anybody else like Janet or anyone else.
I mean, we always love to host the big artists here in Atlanta. Atlanta is really a good place for entertainment, right? Anyways, I say all that to express that we are so excited that we could have all these artists here in Atlanta. I know many of you are as well. And we're actually going to take you, yes, you, down into all that craziness later tonight. If you can join us at 9 and 10 on Peachtree TV, along with 11 o'clock on WANF, we have our Tori Cooper, who is going to be out there with some of those crazy fans who have been out there all day long waiting to hear their favorite artists. So I'm really looking forward to that report. I know Tori's always full of energy, and those fans are seemingly full of energy as well. So it's going to be a fun report to listen to. All right, now I want to get ahead to a story here that's pretty concerning out of Sandy Springs here. We're told that this man, I'm going to put him on your screen right here, a Metro Atlanta staffer, is facing child sexual exploitation charges. This man, Christopher Winslow, was the chief financial officer for Mount Vernon Presbyterian School in Sandy Springs. He was arrested after documents from police accused him of keeping images of underage girls on his electronic devices. Now, the CEO of that Mount Vernon school told Atlanta News First that law enforcement has assured them there is no indication any of their students or other employees were involved. We tried to question Winslow at his home today, but no one answered. We're also told that Sandy Springs police have said that the Georgia Bureau of Investigation got a cyber tip about Winslow's online activity. Right now, that investigation is still active, but again, this is out of Sandy Springs. Very upsetting story for a lot of the administrators and families who work out there. Earlier today, about 4 minutes ago, I teased a story that has some local impacts, but also some pretty big national implications as well, and that's what we're getting to right now. I always love whenever we have some Atlanta news that is so relatable to things that are happening all over the country, and it seems like it happens so often because, I mean, Atlanta, we are the city, aren't we? You might remember this trial It's going on right now, as Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis has used song lyrics to indict Young Thug Gunna, rappers, along with 26 others in a trial. Now, Willis has maintained that these lyrics are fair use, but tonight, lawmakers in Washington, including one from Georgia, are working to limit the usage of lyrics against musicians like Young Thug and Gunna in court. This is called the Restoring Artistic Protections Act, or the RAP Act. Georgia Congressman Hank Johnson, along with New York Congressman Jamal Brown, have reintroduced the act, and they say artists who have been targeted by prosecutors by using these lyrics as an expression of guilt in court, they say that's not okay. By the way, California is the first state to pass a law that restricts the use of rap lyrics as evidence, something that our district attorney here in Fulton County is actively doing in that Young Slime Life, that YSL trial, something we've been following very closely. All right, we're going to move straight along here to another story I know a lot of people are very excited about, and this has been a long time coming. We're talking about at least 8 years. Long time coming. Medical marijuana here in Georgia. What you're looking at here is the official grand opening of the first medical marijuana dispensary here in the Atlanta area. True Leaf Medical Marijuana Store in Marietta does not really have the smokable, leafy marijuana you might imagine. It actually uses liquid extracts. And again, this is strictly for medical marijuana, not recreational. Patients who see a doctor and who get a state registry card can finally legally buy those low THC oils, capsules, and creams. And they can be used to treat conditions like seizures, Parkinson's, and terminal cancers. Right now, plans are in the works for other stores across the state to open up, and that includes stores in Gwinnett and Coweta County. But again, I said this is years in the making, 8 years in fact. That's how long these dispensaries have been waiting to get that dispensary license. So, a lot of good news for many people in Georgia who have been eagerly and very patiently waiting. All right, last story I've got for you tonight, something that is going to impact any of you if you need maybe some house supplies. I feel like I always need like new cooking utensils, maybe a new pair of bed sheets, pillowcase. What else do they have at Bed Bath and Beyond? Well, the store is going out of business if you haven't heard yet. They are going bankrupt, closing its stores this means no longer honoring their 20% coupons, you know, the ones that you probably have in your mail, maybe stuffed away in your junk drawer. But the good news here is that other major retailers are stepping in. The Container Store will now honor those Bed Bath & Beyond coupons by giving you 20% off a single item. It will accept those Bed Bath & Beyond coupons through May 31st, so you only have about another month here. And Big Lots will also exchange the coupons for 20% off a purchase of $50 or more. This goes through May 7th. Now, Bed Bath & Beyond stopped accepting those coupons earlier this week, again, after it filed for bankruptcy. I know I was bummed out. I feel like I always get those little the things that you just need around your house. Bed Bath & Beyond, one of those stores where you could just go and find, whatever. But good news is you have another place to use those coupons. All right, guys, it's about that time. We got 8:09 on the clock here. And we've got another beautiful shot of the CNN Center, Centennial Olympic Park, Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the background, where Taylor Swift is performing tonight. And we've also got our wonderful meteorologist, Patrick Pete, in the background here. Patrick is going to bring you a forecast with not one, but a couple different first alerts here. And
I forgot.
you forgot.
Yeah.
What's your number?
P10.
P10.
Yeah.
We've got some new, what you guys aren't
There we
looking
go.
at here, we've got some new lighting settings, and we're just making sure Patrick looks perfect for all of you at home.
The golden flakes.
Yes. I got the right max for you, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I apologize. Even though the pollen count has gone down, my body is still getting acclimated to this Maryland air, which I love, but, it's causing a little bit of congestion. So forgive me if I cough a couple of times. I coughed last night and didn't apologize, so thank you. Good evening, everybody. Fantastic day today. My pleasure to join you to talk about the warm air that we saw today, the sunshine, the clear skies that we're experiencing this evening, and to take a look at the forecast ahead for the weekend, because that's what you really care to know. And tomorrow is going to be pretty awesome, especially the morning and afternoon. Lots of sunshine. Temperatures are going to be above average. We're going to flirt with 80 degrees across most of the region, but we are first alerting Saturday night. So if you have any evening plans, we're going to be tracking some rain and some stray rumbles of thunder that are going to be pushing in. That's going to put a damper on things. And, a lot of times we do not first alert nighttime rain, especially if there's not a severe weather risk. Because in theory, if it's raining at night, you're inside of the house. But this is a Saturday night. This is a Saturday night where Taylor Swift is in town, and thousands, tens of thousands of Swifties are going to be around, not only going to that concert, but enjoying the weekend in Atlanta, because who just comes to town for just one night, right? So there's going to be more people on the roads, and that's going to slow things down on top of the rain slowing things down, making things messy. And I want to make sure that you know that you're going to need their poncho in your back pocket if you're going to that concert, or if you want to carry an umbrella, do that, because it is going to be a bit damp. And then those showers are going to linger into the start of your Sunday morning, which is why there's a first alert there. The good news, there is a lot of dry time in the weekend forecast. So despite those two first alerts, there's literally more dry time this weekend than there is wet. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. Let's get you started with the Saturday forecast. Lots of sun. Gorgeous in the morning. If you're getting up, going to that 5K, or just going to hit the links, fantastic weather. Upper 50s, near 60, lots of sun. We're going to continue that train as we head into the afternoon. I do think the clouds will start to thicken up. Will become partly cloudy to mostly cloudy by about 5. You can already see those showers starting to lift into portions of Troup, Meriwether counties, as well as Upson County. Excuse me. As we head through Saturday evening, that's whenever more of that rain is going to move in. We're going to talk about widespread scattered showers across the region. That's why that first alert's in place. Some rumbles of thunder for sure going to be embedded there, but we're not looking at a severe weather risk. So that's the good news in this. That chance for severe weather will be to our south. So just rain and rumbles. Getting out early in the morning, I mentioned the Girls on the Run 5K. Starts at 7:30 at Center Park Stadium. Going to be gorgeous. 56 degrees at 7 a.m. Quickly climbing into the lower 60s by the time most folks are finishing up that race. Going to be very manageable for the morning. Brunch forecast, definitely the type of day to find a patio. 73 degrees at 12 o'clock, climbing into the mid-70s through the early afternoon. Getting into the upper 70s, flirting with 80 degrees by the time it's all over. But as we head into the evening and the Swifties are heading out to the concert, we're going to be increasing those rain chances. I think that by the time the concert starts, we're still dry. But those showers are going to increase in intensity and coverage through the evening hours. And that's why that first alert's in place. And that rain's going to linger. Here's a look at the 6 to 7 o'clock time frame. You can see, you may have saw a little bit of rotation with that map there. But what we are also tracking is just bands of rain that are going to be moving in intermittently through the early part of the morning. As we get closer to around 12, a lot of this energy starts to weaken. You can kind of see spotty showers at 9 and pulling away. Looking at some sunshine already at noon. Temperatures are going to increase pretty quickly, and I think we'll be in the upper 60s around lunchtime, and then we'll get into the 70s for a few hours. So I mentioned dry time. You had that dry time earlier on Saturday, and then you have the dry time on the second half of your Sunday. So if you can kind of isolate your plans to those parts of the weekend, and of course to tonight, because tonight's awesome, that's where you're going to be winning. Temperatures are going to get cooler heading into Sunday evening and into Monday morning, because those winds are going to come out of the northwest. So that's going to cool us down, and I do expect a bit of a chilly start to the work week on Monday. But we will climb back into the upper 60s as we head into the afternoon. And a very nice dry stretch of weather is in the cards for us as we head through the beginning and middle part of next week, with temperatures that are going to be gradually improving as we head closer to Thursday. But we're watching next Friday, because another system is going to be moving in, and that is going to bring the chance for some rain back into view next Friday. Not first alert worthy yet, just because we need to nail down that timing, but we will continue to fine tune that for you and give you a heads up as soon as we think that this rain will impact you. What's going on, Max? Max is watching from Snellville, Georgia, in the house. Happy Friday, buddy. Hopefully you have some weekend plans, and hopefully the rain's not messing too much of that up. Checking our YouTube stream. I see there's several of you on there. Good evening. Good evening to everybody at home on Roku and all of our ANF Plus streaming platforms. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic Friday and looking forward to a pretty solid weekend, with the exception of Saturday night, Sunday morning. It's going to be a win for sure. Gonna leave you all with this 7-day forecast just for a few minutes so that you can kind of let that absorb and let it sink in and get prepared for all of the things that are happening this weekend. Taking note that the rain chance for Saturday is at night and the rain chance for Sunday is in the morning. So reaffirming that the bulk of the weekend daytime hours are going to be dry, so that lets you know that you can get out and about and do some things. And then we're going to be a little bit cooler for the start of next week, but trending warmer and drier until Friday. So you all have a fantastic Friday night. We're doing a little bit of Cupid Shuffle in here tonight. I will be manning the station for weather tonight on Peachtree TV at 9, and then meteorologist Fred Campagna is going to be there at 10, and of course he's going to give you that final look. We'll have some new data that come in at around 10 o'clock, and he'll have that all organized and pretty for you tonight at 11, so that you can know what we know as we know it. Alrighty, happy weekend, y'all. See y'all next week.